Now look at the difference between these two women.
For better,
For better,
for worse,
for worse,
for richer,
for richer,
for poorer.
for poorer.
We hit that snag about 20 times in counseling. Brill made it very clear to Jonathan, you cannot be broke in sickness
In sickness
and in health.
and in health.
To love,
To love,
cherish,
cherish.
and to obey.
We didn't talk about that one in counseling.
We did talk about that in counseling. Yes, we did. So you want me to repeat that again? You want to just keep going?
I think we can keep going.
All right.
I'll forever submit to you, Miles. I'll forever respect you, Miles. I'll forever honor you, Miles, as the head of our home. In heaven, they hear. On earth, I declare and decree, I shall be a submissive wife unto you.
I don't know about you, but I know which one I'm willing to give my life.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's be real. Marriage ain't for everybody. Okay? Marriage is not for everybody. And there have been people who have been in relationships that are no longer in relationships. But this video was very telling. Now, let me make sure I say that this is individual. This is very exclusive to specific individuals. And I will not say that the young lady who seemed to share an issue and or a problem with through richer and poor, right, not being with your man if he broke or some shit, or, you know, honoring thy man or whatever the fuck. I'm not going to sit there and say that that's representative of all ladies in the United States. And I'm not going to say that the young lady in the second video that got down on her knees and basically professed that she was ride or die for this guy in so many words, that's representative of all foreign women, okay? But I will say that the greater majority of young ladies are represented respectfully in each of these videos. Greater majority, meaning that probably more often than not, many of the women in the modern world share that particular view that this particular young lady shared with her husband in the American wedding versus the guy that was getting married to the foreign young lady. Been with my wife for a long time before we decided to actually get married. And no, my wife did not get on her knee and profess her undying loyalty to the team. But I've been with her long enough to where I feel that, right? I feel that, right? She never questioned me along the way. She let it happen. She let it be because she trusted in me. She valued me. She was rocking with me. Now, looking at the first one, it's like the conversation always says there's a lot of women that expect the guy to have all of this. And most of the time, all they have to do is bring themselves, right? There are a lot of women that want the man to be X, Y, Z, 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. But then if a guy is asking what he's supposed to get out of it, oh, you should just be happy to be with me. It's kind of the energy. I'm not saying that she said it, but that's the kind of energy she was giving off. Oh, you ain't gonna be broke with me. Da 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 da. Like just, oh, we're gonna skip that part of the vows and shit. And I want you to understand these are your vows for people who care to get married. These are the things that you basically say, look, I'm ride or die with you, and I'm gonna stand by these words, right? The richer and poor, sickness and health and all that shit. Hell, I had to say the shit. My wife had to say the shit. It's like a standard in all vows that you read. Now, the foreign young lady took it a step further and she put a lot more into it, and you could tell that baby girl was highly invested in her mans in them. And that's something that you can't overlook. Right? As I was saying, you know, baby girl on the knees and stuff, professing her undying love to the man. That's a real one. Right? You would feel that that's coming from the heart. That's something that she went above and beyond for because she truly values and cherishes her man. You know, actions do speak louder than words because you can say and speak a good game, but how you act is completely different. But ultimately, I will say that this particular young lady seems to be all involved. Talk about foreign women. And if you want to go ahead and break it down on why you see a lot of guys choosing to marry, not necessarily out of the culture, but out of the United States in general, it could be because of reasons like this. Like, I can't even expect or ask the bare minimum for my young lady while we're giving our vows, and everybody wants to chuckle and hee and act like it's funny. But to me, it's disrespectful as hell. And I kind of felt bad for my brother, you know, when the young lady was like, oh, we gonna skip that part. And then the preacher man, pastor or whatever saying, oh, you want me to skip that part, don't you? Nah, Don't skip that. Make her stand on them words. It's just not gonna happen, man. It's not happening like it used to be. And again, marriage is a whole lot different now than it was when my grandparents got married and stuff like that. It's a whole lot different. The energy is a whole lot different, and I expect nothing different. Right, the energy is different, and in this modern era, I expect nothing different than what that young lady presented to us in her particular video. Right, speaking about the modern young lady from the Western culture. You gotta know what you're getting into before you say I do. Because to me, I would never wish anything more than success between man and woman in a relationship, marriage, and shit like that. But I don't see that relationship lasting very long, or it's gonna last long and my man probably gonna be treated like a doormat. I feel like if you look at it from the American wedding, that man is more likely to be treated like a doormat and ran all over, and she's just gonna run and dictate every part of this man's life. On the other side, it seems like my man has a true partner, somebody who truly values him, and I think that's important.